Beautiful here this morning. It's 7 a.m. Oop, stuffed in a hole. Slept good. Nice sleeping in the bed. Alright, we're either going to do 9 today or we're doing 15. Because tomorrow is going to be a 0 day in our tents. Heavy rain, thunderstorms, flash floods, all this shit's coming tomorrow. So wherever we end up today is where we're going to be for the next 48 hours. So we'll, here's the gang from Michigan. There's a bunch of them from Michigan that came in with us yesterday. So I'll get back to you guys. Look at the flowers. Get back to you guys when we get on the trail a little later on. Alright, out. Okay, new plan. We're getting off the AT. We're going to bushwhack. Well, kind of bushwhack and kind of not. We're going to take these snowmobile trails through up to A-Ball Bridge. Be all off AT travel. We have 10 miles. So we got the maps, and we're going to it's going to be remote. She said we'll see bear and moose because there's nobody that goes out there this time of year, so should be interesting. But Donna doesn't want to hike in the storms and rain, so this is 10 miles, and I've never done it, so this will be an adventure for both of us. So we're off. This is the trail. Okay, we're on our own, where few men have traveled. All right, we left the camp and we're heading, I don't know which way we're going, east I think, and she said we'd come up to these two barriers which are right here, so that's good because we had a couple of other intersections that we had to cross and there was no sign, so I took the right one. From here we got to continue till we come to a road. It will be a 4-way road and we got to take a right. So here are the barriers. Okay, now we're on government land or conservation land or something. This isn't too bad so far. I expected this to be really overgrown in grass, but we already passed their bait. See, hunting season for bears are coming up, and I think it's September, October, something like that, and they're allowing the hunters to bait for bear. So we've already passed, and how they bait for bear, it's legal. You can bait a couple of weeks, 3 weeks prior to hunting season, and they put these 55-gallon drums out, and they fill it with donuts and bread and all kinds of food. So they're getting the bears accustomed to come to this area to feed. So we've already passed a couple of drums already. And believe me, I had my eyes open. I didn't feel like running into a bear feeding. But Hannah, heel, you stay close. Hannah, heel. So, yeah, they're baiting bear right now, so that's interesting. But this is kind of exciting. I'm all excited. New adventure. We are definitely on our own. She wanted us to text her when we get out, so we'll text her, the owner at the lodge. She was nervous about us going, but she shouldn't have mentioned it if she didn't want us to go. So anyway, we'll do that. So we have 10 miles. We're cutting off 30 miles by doing this 10 miles. And it's eliminating us having to hike in torrential rain and storms tomorrow. So this will work out. Plus, like I said, it's an adventure. I've already done the trail, so it was okay. All right. We'll guys get back to you later when we get to this intersection in case somebody wants to do this route down the road. All right. Okay, so we've come to the end of the road. Literally the end of the road. This is it. Now now Hannah, heel. Make sure there's nothing, no critters underneath here. I saw a couple of holes. Okay, so now we run in. What are you doing? Oh, she's stuck. Oh, Hannah, wait a minute. Okay. Okay, so now we're in tick territory now. Oh, great. Well, we got everything all tucked in. Hannah's got her Promethean bandana on that we drenched in the Promethean. So if the ticks get on her, they'll hit that and that'll be the end of them. Keep your eyes open. These are all raspberries here. And we're going to be running into blueberry bushes along here too. So we're going to do some picking. We'll have to fight off the bears because that's what they're eating right now with blueberries. So, okay. We got about 8.5 miles of this to go. Let's hope we don't get lost. I didn't see any sign though. Didn't he say there was going to be a sign? Yeah. Well, the sign is gone. But I did see the mountain, and that's the direction we're heading, is Katahdin, so at least we're going in the right direction. Okay. We ran into some coyote poop already. I can't imagine it was a regular dog, that's why I'm assuming it was a coyote. And looking at the pile, it was a healthy one. Oh, moose tracks right here. Oh, cool. Yeah, we got moose tracks right there. Old, they're not fresh, but I'm sure the critters use this to walk around. It's easier than bushwhacking for them. All right, let me put this phone away until something exciting happens. Okay. All right, we came to the intersection. We took a right at the intersection. Then she said you'd come to a gate. This marks another forestry area or something. So she said you can go around the gate. So here's the gate. We went around the gate. So now we got to look for a fork. And we got to take the trail to the left. So, and he said it was 3 miles down, but I don't know if it will be that far. I think he may have meant from the camp, it would be about 2.5, 3 miles. So we're going to do a little road walk here, and then we'll be on a trail when I get to the trail, or if we turn around, whatever we're going to do. I'll get back to you guys, but so far so good. That's a big bear, and you can tell what they're eating. See all the blueberries? It's all purple. I don't see any bear bells, so that's good. They haven't feasted on hikers yet. That's good. So yeah, a lot of fresh tracks from this morning. I keep thinking every time we go over a little knoll, we're going to come up on something. But this is like a major highway. You would not believe all the tracks on here. A lot of animal tracks. Mainly deer and moose. Big right here. Look at the size of that. A lot of big. Look at that. Big moose tracks. Look at the size. I got my foot up against this one. Look at the size of these tracks. It'd be great to run up, not run up on one, but get a picture of one. And they're fresh from this morning, because you can tell the dew. I mean, the dirt is dry. It hasn't been, dew hasn't settled on it yet. So, one thing about being out here, though, we're in the sun. It's well, right now I'm in the shade, but we've been in the sun beating down on us. So there's a trade-off. Now eventually this is going to turn into a little trail. I think this is part of that 3 miles he had talked about before we get to the actual trail. We'll be 3 miles on this forestry / logging road, whatever this is, but it's no tire tracks on here. I mean, this road's been abandoned. Okay, later. Oh, it is. Why is my watch saying 2:12 p.m.? Something's wrong, and it's saying Wednesday. Did we enter the time? Did we lose a day somehow? Donna, we entered the twilight zone here. We lost a day. Something's going on. Uh-oh. Here's Mount Katahdin. So we're on the right road, cutting through the wilderness here. We are heading in the right direction. There's the mountain. Whoops, where'd it go? There it is. It's all fogged in, all clouded in. Yeah. All right. We're moving on. Oh, sorry, folks. There we go. That's because I have it zoomed in. Let me zoom it back out. There we go. Oops. Come on, you. Here's the road we're on right now. It's going to turn into a small snowmobile trail here shortly, supposedly. Okay. Yeah. We're still moving along. We are in the thick of it. We came to another fork, and I'm hoping we took the right turn. We took a left. She said there would be a fork, but this was about 3 or 4 miles in. I thought she said the fork was going to be a lot sooner. But anyway, we just took this left-hand fork. There was an arrow for snowmobiles to take this route, so the problem is, if we had gone the other way, we would have had to swim across 100 feet of water, I think, by the map. If we go, and I know we can't do that. She didn't say anything about swimming. But if we go this way, which the way we took, the trail ends. And then on the other side we have to do a 1/4 mile bushwhack through the forest across this river to get to the trail that I want that's on my map. So we're hoping that there's a connector trail down here that they just didn't put on the map, and it'll get us across this little river that connects the 2 lakes. And it shows just a little river. And he said, the owner said that we could rock hop it. So I'm thinking this is the way we're supposed to go. So, and it's kind of lining up with my map. So we got to go this way about a mile. And then on the right-hand side, if there's no trail, we're bushwhacking through that a 1/4 mile. So this should be fun. Luckily, it doesn't show swamp or anything. There's only one elevation bar, so that means there's only a 50-foot difference in height. So it's going to be basically flat bushwhacking a 1/4 mile if there is no trail down here. But I'm pretty sure there's a trail, because on the other side of the river, a few hundred yards, that trail ends. So I'm assuming that connector trail must change from year to year for some reason, and they just didn't put it in there, and you just go with whatever's there. So we shall see. But there is some big freaking critters out here. We just passed a bear dung pile that was twice the size of my foot. Huge. I do not want to run into that friggin' bear. It must have been big. And then we just ran into a moose poop pile that was twice as big as my foot. You should have seen the size of that pile. And I know, and that thing's leaving tracks in front of us. That's a big frickin' moose. So this is, because nobody comes out here, this is like their major highway. You would not believe the trails here. The critter trails. It is like, I don't know where they are. I expect to come around a corner and run into something. Although we're talking loud. After I saw, here we go. Another fork. Shit. I don't know which way to go. I'm going to stay on this one because it looks like it's more used. Alright, I got to get back to you later. I got to figure this one out. Alright. Alright. So, after deliberating, mainly me, I decided to take the left. I still was nervous about going the other way. It looked like there may have been a couple of 100 feet of water that we had to cross. It just did not sound doable. So if we go this way, which I'm not looking forward to, we have a quarter-mile bushwhack. And then rock hop across the river. It's just a narrow river. So I'm thinking this is the way to go. This is the better option of the two right now. I can always turn around and go back. So we're going to go this way. And we'll see what happens. I'll turn it around. It's really overgrown. Nobody's been out this way in a while. Although it seems to be a trail here, but it could be all tampered by critters. All right, let me turn this around. Okay, yeah, this is what we're going through right now. So, I looked at the map. We got a half a mile of this, so we're gonna go a half a mile. Hopefully, we're gonna run into a side trail to my right. I'm hoping. Oh, am I hoping? Okay. Just had a view of Katahdin a few minutes ago. The clouds have rolled out, so Katahdin, if anybody's summiting today, it's a beautiful afternoon. I can't tell you what time it is because my watch is still all screwed up. It's still saying we lost a day. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe because I don't have service out here. It needs some sort of service to calibrate. I don't know. But my clock, my phone will tell me what time it is. Let me turn it around. It's 10:30. Yeah, it's 10:30 a.m. Okay. And it is Tuesday. It's the 21st. So my watch is not going to tell me what day it is. My phone will. Okay. All right. Let me turn this off. Continue on here. Okay. Well, this is a ray of hope. I lost Donna. Where's Donna? Oh, crap. Oh, here she comes. Okay. Okay, so we got signs. We got a bunch of signs, and we got a trail going over to the right, which we have to cross this river. And this looks like the trail that we need. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take it, because it's our only option right now, and it'll save me from having a bushwhack. I'm going to turn these signs over to see exactly what they say. She said there would be a sign saying A-Ball Bridge and restaurant and stuff, but I haven't seen that. But this is definitely going in the direction we got to go, so we're going to take it. Okay. All right, out. Okay. Well, I'm glad we didn't have to bushwhack all this. That would not have been fun, because we're on the trail going down to that river, and right about the area that I was going to have to bushwhack through. So I'm glad we found this unmarked trail. It's a snowmobile trail, but it's not on the map. I was hoping there was one here, because on the other side of the river, it shows a trail that just ended. So this, I'm assuming, this is the one that's going to connect to it. I'm really hoping. So we shall see. But I'm sure glad we don't have to bushwhack this. So we got a little something in our favor here. Now we just have to hope it connects to the other one on the other side. But we got to get to the river first. So we'll see where that is. All right. Continuing on. I'll give you a Photoshop of my screenshot. I'm using my Garmin InReach. I forgot the name of the app, but it has its own apps, trail maps. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that, because the Appalachian Trail, it just shows me in no man's land. It doesn't even have this area on the map. Let me get through this grass here. And I'll take a screenshot so you'll see where we are. We're in the middle of no man's land here. All right, let me get in the shade and I'll do it. Ooh, what's it? Oh, these are poisonous berries. Don't eat these berries. Those are those red bad berries. All right, a little bit further here. All right, get a screenshot and show you where we are. Okay, well, we didn't have to rock hop, so I don't know. I think we took a wrong trail. Well, we took an alternate trail, not the wrong trail, just an alternate. And we got over this river, but we didn't have to rock hop. But we came across this trail. It looks like it could have been part of the, let me get down off of this thing. Part of the AT. It looks almost like an AT trail. Very, very heavily used trail. But I have none of my maps show this trail. Here's the trail. And there's no signs. I have no clue. And this thing is heavily used. I mean, there's just no moss growing on it. It's used. But I don't know where it's going. Very, very strange. So anyway, we're going to stick to our original plan, and we're going to go across this bridge. We're still heading on the other side of the river to connect with this other trail that will take us up to A-Ball. And this is the snowmobile trail bridge, which I was hoping they had, but there was nothing on my paperwork showing it. But here it is right here. But that's the bridge, and this is a fairly new bridge too. So this is a new road too, that you can tell it's all fresh gravel. So they just built this within the last couple of years, or maybe even just a year ago, because this thing's hardly even worn. So that's why none of this is on the map. It's all brand new. So I'm hoping, I'm hoping this is our connector to the other trail that I'm looking at. And it's still about a quarter mile away, so let's keep our fingers crossed that this is going where we want it to go. All right, we had an injury. Donna sprained her thigh muscle. She slipped on a rock. I thought she broke her ankle, but just a pulled muscle. So now we're hobbling along. Gonna slow us down a little bit, but she's moving. So took a couple of Advil. She stretched her leg a little bit, so we'll see how. I think she's doing okay. She'll walk it off. I don't think it was that bad. All right, so we gotta, hopefully, I'm hoping this thing connects. All right, get back to you later. All right, I think we connected to the other trail, but definitely has not been used in a while. We've been bushwhacking like crazy. So, all right, I still think we're on track. At least we're synced up with the GPS. We are We got 4 miles to A-Ball Bridge, so we're doing pretty good. We're 6 miles in now, because supposedly it was a 10-mile route that we took. We had lunch while we were walking because I wanted to get to this connector. I was nervous about this. I wanted to make sure that we at least got onto this thing and over that bridge. So now we got about a quarter of a mile. Oh, look at this freaking grass. This is really thick. All right, we got a quarter of a mile. We're going to come to a junction. We want to bear right. Oh, shit. Donna, there's holes here. Be careful. Don't trip on them. You're spraining an ankle here. I don't know what's causing it, but so anyway, quarter mile. We got a junction. We want to bear right, and then we got another quarter mile of this crap, and I think we're going to be on a fire road. It looks like a semi-maintained road, I'm hoping. Hannah, heel. Heel. Hey. Heel. Heel. Hannah. Listen, there are snakes in here. Donna already ran into one. I don't want her getting ahead. Hey. Hey. So, all right. Hot in the sun, no breeze, humid. But I'm loving it. This is awesome. Especially when the plan comes together. We're not there yet. I'm not bragging. We're not there yet. But the dots are being connected, which is a good thing. All right. I gotta go. All right. We still haven't come up to that fork yet. I don't know where it is. It better be up here. I was just thinking, when she was explaining to me this route, she said we were going to cross, forgot what they call it, but it's a canoe connecting trail that people carry their canoes from one lake to the other lake. And there's a name for it, and that was the trail that connected the two lakes that we had to get in between. That's why it's not on the map. It's not a trail that you can actually get to. You have to canoe to that trail, and then walk it with your canoe to the other lake, and then paddle to the end of that lake and hop on another trail. So that's why that's why that's not on any of my maps, because it's not an official trail. And that's why it looks so nice with the planks, so these people don't break their necks carrying their canoes over their head, going from one lake to the other lake. So that again connects another dot. And look at what I see in front of me. Look at that, people. There's Mount Katahdin right there. And there's the rock slide. That's A-Ball. That's part of the A-Ball trail coming right down the side of that rock slide that you can see. I'll zoom in for you. And that was clear a couple of hours ago. The clouds came back in again. There it is. What a sight this is. Yeah. Look at that. Okay, we're continuing. Well, we're heading in the right direction. That's good. All right, we're going to move on. Okay, so we came to the fork. Oh, let me bring that back to normal. All right, so we came to the fork. Evidently, that trail there is now blocked off. You can't, even the snowmobiles can't get up and through there. So that trail's gone, but this is what we wanted. We wanted the right-hand side. We wanted to bear right. So here we go. And we have about 300 or 400 yards, and we should come up on a fire road. I don't know what we're on now, but they're showing it as a maintained fire road. So at least we'll be out of the bush here, or wherever the hell we are. I don't know where we are. I'm going to give you a screenshot so you'll see where we are on my GPS map. we finally came to. Yeah, I know. We finally came to our first signage, and we're only like 3 miles from our destination. So we've been winging it all this time. But anyway, I think we're on the right track. She said something about IB or I something 86. That's what that sign said. So I think we're, and I think I saw that 86 somewhere else too. But we didn't know what it was. It was just on a tree with nothing else around it. So hopefully this is it. We're definitely on a snowmobile trail now. Worst case scenario, when it starts snowing, they'll find our bodies. Oh. All right. So I think, like I said, I'm about 3 miles, 3.5 miles. We're getting there. We're going to be coming up a river here at some point. Probably 2 miles. I think we're going to be straddling the river to A Ball Bridge. That river that the bridge goes over, we're going to be on the west side of it. So we'll still have to cross that bridge, I believe. Yeah. There's Katahdin again, right up in front of me. Okay. This is neat. I really enjoyed this. This was a great little side trip. Worst case scenario, I just turn around and go back. That's the way I look at it. Oh. See that moose? Look at the size of that moose print. There's some big. If you're into wildlife, you got to come out here. Just stand off the trail with your camera. Spend 24 hours, set up camp. You'll get all kinds. This is a major highway for these bears and moose because there's nobody out here. And you just set up your camera. Even put a, if you're going to be up this way every once in a while, put up a game camera in one of the trees along the edge of this trail. I bet you'll come up with 100 photos of bear, coyote, deer, moose. I heard there are mountain lions up here now too. I don't know. I haven't seen any tracks on them, but supposedly one was spotted 2 years ago, so in northern Maine. But who knows what you'd find up here. This is where they hang out. I'm convinced of that now because of all the tracks I've seen. We've seen hundreds and hundreds of tracks. And fresh ones just from this morning too. You can tell by the dirt, the dew hadn't settled on it. It was freshly turned up tracks. All right. I don't know where this fork is. I'm still, a lot of poison ivy here and poison oak. Here it is right here. I think this is poison oak or poison ivy down here. Poison oak or poison ivy right here. Watch it. Does she have shorts on? No, she got pants. Okay. Yeah, that's why I wear long pants, because you get all kinds of shit here. No nettles or anything, but a lot of poison oak and poison ivy. Not to mention the ticks. So, oh yeah, it sounds like fun hiking, huh? Luckily, no poison snakes that I've ever heard of in Maine. I think Maine's the only state that doesn't have any. They can't survive. It's so freaking cold up here. Where is this fork? We got one more fork to come up on. Is this it? No, I don't think that was one. All right. Whew. All right. Put this away. Okay. All right. So I just took a screenshot. We've connected the dots again. We're now on the semi-maintained forest road, a fire road, whatever this is. At least we're not bushwhacking in 4 feet of shit like we were a little while ago. This is a little more manageable. We had a little, my hair in the back of my neck had that raised. Oh, we got Herd Lake is right over there. You're not going to see it now, but we just saw, we were right on the shoreline kind of Herd Lake. If you look on a map, you'll be able to figure out where we are. And you'll see it on the screenshot too that I just took. Anyway, I thought I saw the back end of a black shadow or black something that crossed the trail up ahead of us. It was really dense, and on either side it was really spooky looking, huge boulders, and it was big drop-offs. I think it was a bear. I only saw a glimpse of the back end of it, but my hair went up on my legs, my back. We were making a lot of noise going through that area, and there was a lot of small scat piles, little things the size of your fist. Nothing real big like we saw earlier this morning. But still, you know, I didn't want to run into any mama and cubs, so we made plenty of noise going through that area. So anyway, yeah, we're still connecting the dots and everything is still falling into play. We're going to be crossing river number 2 very shortly. I'm assuming if they had a bridge way out in the boonies, I'm sure they got a bridge over here because this is part of the main Katahdin Loop trail system for snowmobiles. So I'm pretty sure there's a bridge up here, and then we'll have one more bridge after that we got to cross, and then we'll be up against, in an hour or so, we'll be up against that river heading north. And it's I got my phone to work. I got my phone here to sync with my watch. I took it off airplane mode, put the Bluetooth on, and bam, my phone synced up. So now I got the correct day and correct time. I never knew it was connected to my phone. So anyway, I got that squared away. Couldn't figure out why I lost a day. Look, every time I get on the phone, she knows that she can take off. She doesn't do this when I'm not on the phone. Hey, get over here. What are you doing? All right. Katahdin's still fogged in up on the top. The clouds are just sitting right on the top. It's amazing. Oh, poor people that are summoning today. All right, put this away. This is interesting. Look what we just came up on. A whole trail system. Scenic vistas, ice caves first, the Spassky Lake. Huh, interesting. I saw a guy, bright red shirt, peek out from this trail. I'm thinking, ooh, what's this guy doing out here? And he was just hiking this little trail. I know. He came from this direction. This is where we're going, and here's the river. I knew we had to cross a river. So, I don't know. We must be pretty close to civilization if we got people. And he didn't have a pack. He didn't even have a water bottle. Nothing. Okay. All right. This is interesting. We got to get this other map system. There's a whole different loop of trails in here that I didn't even know about. Look at this. Well, we're all set for water. How are you doing? You want to fill? No, we're so close. We're going to be near that main river pretty soon. Yeah, we're all set. All right. Oh, there's a car parked up here. Yeah, really? Yeah. All right. Oh, it's a guide service. There's some kind of decal on here. Let's see who it is. DD Hair Salon. Oh, you want your hair done? Oh, we got a trail map here. Here we go. Some kind of wilderness area. You got a map there? All right.
Probably leave it for the next people.
Well, we may be coming back here. All right. So here we are. All right. Does it say you are here? All right. Here we are right here. Here's Herd River. Here's that trail that's coming down to first the Boskonaki Lake. There are tent sites down there. Okay. Here's that bridge we went over, that brand new bridge, and here's that trail that connects lake to lake for the canoers. So that makes sense. Okay. And we did this road. We're here. Now we got to continue along here. We got to go by here's Herd Pond. We got to go by Hole Pond or Hale Pond, and then we'll continue up. Wow, look at, here's the Appalachian Trail. This is where we were this morning. We were right here. We took the boat, is that the lake? Or is this, here it is down here. Here's where we were this morning. Here it is right here. We took the boat across to that camp, and then we hiked this way. We hiked all through this here. We came across here. Then we came up. Now we're on this road and we're continuing. Man, that was
a good shortcut. Look at all we see.
It was a good shortcut.
All this.
I know. We're giving the ATers a shortcut, a lesson to save 30 miles.
Although they're missing.
But you're cheating. You cannot, if you're doing the AT, you cannot do this. I've already done all that, so I'm legal. I can play around in here if I want. But you ATers, you have to stay on the trail. There's no cheating.
Plus you have to
But
pay
this
for the
was,
ride.
it's only 1:15, and we're already here. And this was 35 miles to come around. So we've really cut off. We've cut off 2 days of hiking.
But if you didn't stay at that lodge, you couldn't get the boat ride.
Well, yeah, you can take the old AT goes around. You can there's a trail that goes around here, and it will connect. Yeah, she said that somebody did it last year. They took the old trail. It's 8 miles. She said it was 8 miles. That's a long haul, although she did say this was 10 miles. So let me see. Well, here's the legend. Here's 4 miles from finger to finger. So there's 4, 8. Yeah, this was not 10 miles. We probably are going to do 8 miles from her place to A-Ball Bridge eventually. But this is the map of the area. This is pretty cool. And there are other little sites. Well, as you can see, there are tent sites all in here. But these are mainly, I think, for canoers. People that are canoeing from lake to lake. All these lakes are connected. Here it is again down here. You can go from this lake. So you can go from here down this way. You take this land canoe walkway to this big lake that we were camped on last night at that wilderness ranch right here. So this is pretty neat. This is pretty neat. All right, so we're going to continue on. I guess this is a road. We're going to be walking this road the whole way back, I guess, huh? No, we're going to walk it. We're not. We've already cheated enough.
Oh, okay.
All right, folks. We'll get back to you. Probably when we get near this river, I'm sure there'll be some good views up here. Oh, there are tent sites along the river, too. Look at Donna.
Oh, yeah.
See up here? We can probably spend a night here. But the whole idea is you didn't want to get wet. That's why we're doing this. All right. Get back to you guys later. Huh. Look at this. Look at this, people. Oops. We have raspberries. Oh, they're so ripe they're falling on the ground. Here's a couple more. Where are they? There they are. Fresh raspberries. Whoops, come here, you. Oh, yeah. Not too many. Any more over here? Donnie, you're missing out. I just had a half a dozen raspberries. You gotta keep your eyes open on the side here. It looks like they've been picked over, but still, there were a couple. Nah. So, that was good. Ooh, that was really good. Whew. Nothing like fresh straw. What were those? Raspberries, yeah. We're getting closer. We're coming up. There's the A-Ball Bridge. So we're coming up on the road to that. We got to cross it. There's the little restaurant campground, A-Ball campground, and which is now whitewater rafting. They bought it last year, evidently. Whitewater Outdoors or something. And right across there is the state campground. We might spend the night there tonight. I don't know. We're going to check it out and just leave in the morning instead of driving all the way back. It's 3 o'clock. 2:30 we'll be at the car at 3 o'clock. So we'll check it out. So here's the overview of what we ended up doing here. Here's the Appalachian Trail. Here's A-Ball Bridge. And the Appalachian Trail cuts across here, goes all the way around, really takes a large hook here, and comes all the way down. And then you have Nemaska Lake. Continues down here. So right about here is Joe Mary Road. Joe Mary Road's down this way. I think I'm trying to think how far that is. Probably, well, it was a good, we didn't get here till late in the afternoon. I'm going to say it's 6 miles or 7 miles down here. So right around this area here, you're going to come to a trailhead, and there'll be a sign on a post that says White House Landing and all that kind of, and boat launch. So you take that trail over here to the water, and there'll be a dock, and there's a two-way radio there. Now the wilderness camp, the White House wilderness camps, right down here. It's about a mile from where they pick you up. So they take a boat, they pick you up, they bring you all the way down here. And like you saw in the videos, it's a real nice place for the money. It was a real nice stop. But anyway, getting back to our traverse, because of the storms, it would have been another 2 days to get out of here. And again, she didn't want to have to deal with that. So what we did is we left here, and we had to get up here because my car was right up here, right by the bridge. So we had to go through this wilderness area here. And as you can see, there isn't too much on this map. But verbally, we didn't write anything down, but they kind of gave us an idea of what we needed to do. So we left their camp, and we went down. They have a real long driveway to like a fire road. Then they have to take a fire road through all this area here. I mean, it's quite an ordeal to get there by car. But we kind of took the fire road, their road, and then a fire road, and then some paths. And we worked our way up here. We had to take a couple of turns here and there. Went by Third Lake here, and then the other maps I had gut hooks, and I had my Garmin GPS maps, and they showed snowmobile trails and they showed other trails going this way. But when I zoomed up, we would have, during the winter, that's fine if you have a snowmobile and all the lakes are frozen, but we would have had to have swam a couple of 100 yards to get across this area where they show tenting sites, but that's for the canoers. And I knew we weren't going to go this way. So we had to somehow get across here between these two rivers. And this is an old fire road that they don't maintain anymore, but it is on the map. And it just ended right here on paper. So we managed with our other resources, and I'll show you in a minute the other map that I had, which is pretty crude, but it did help. We managed to get through here, and we had to we got to about this area here, and we came to a fork in the forest on a couple of abandoned trails. And I knew one of them was heading this way, and I knew I didn't want to have to swim across. So by chance, we took a left here, and we went down here, and it didn't. And this trail took you right to the lake. It didn't show any trails cutting across here. So I figured when we got to this point on this abandoned trail that was out in the woods, we would just bushwhack a quarter mile, because there was a river here. We had to cross this river that connects these two lakes, first and second lake here. And I remember the owner saying we could cross it rock hopping. So I knew this was the area to cross, not over here. So we got to right about here, and there was a broken sawhorse and some yellow arrows that were on the ground, just laying on the ground. But then I noticed there was a trail, a brand new trail that was cut right through here. So we decided to take it. It wasn't on our maps. Come to find out, it's only a year old. And we took it. And we get down to the river. There's a brand new snowmobile bridge that they just built a year ago. Brand new. So we were able to cross this river. And this, the red dotted line, is the canoe trail that people walk their canoes from one lake to the other lake. But I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know what this was. So we crossed that. We crossed the bridge. And at this point, it's really overgrown, like you saw in the videos. But everything, we were connecting the dots, and everything seemed to be lining up okay with the GPS, this map, and the other map. We finally did get to this here abandoned road, fire road, logging road, whatever it was. And there seemed to be a path on it that was worn. So we continued. We knew we were getting close. We finally managed to get down here. And we did get here. This is a major trailhead that you can get to from A-Ball Bridge. And evidently there are some trails here. There's an ice cave trail that we were going to do, but we didn't because we just wanted to get out of there. And it was hot. Oh, was it hot? So anyway, we managed to get here. We followed this. We went by Herd Pond, Hale Pond, and we got down here, and we came to a beach. So we let the dog do some swimming and stuff, and we just walked along this river. This here's a dirt road that actually the trailhead is up here, not down here. Sorry, the trail. These here were just old, overgrown roads, and there was a trail here that led down for the canoers to get down to this lake. That's right. The trailhead with the ice cave trail is right up here. So once we passed that iron gate, there were cars parked here. There's a little trailhead right here parking. So basically we just were on a dirt road. We walked all the way back, and we found a sandy beach. We let the dog swim. We took a break. But back in here, when we were in this area here, I always wondered, they always talk about, oh, Maine, there's a lot of moose and thousands of bears, and it's like you hardly ever see them. And I'm wondering, where do these guys hang out? Well, I'll tell you where they hang out. They're all in here. We were on one trail and I was getting freaked out by the tracks, the bear dung. We saw a pile of dung that was, if you took a 5-gallon bucket and put it on the ground and drew a circle on the radius, that was the size. It didn't fill the bucket, but the footprint of the dung pile was the radius of a 5-gallon bucket. That was a big freaking bear. And it was all purple, it had berries in it, and we were walking through all these berry fields and strawberry fields, raspberry fields, and that's all in this area. And at one point, I came over a little knoll, and I saw a black shadow or something run from the trail into the woods. I only got the back half of it. It was definitely a bear, and so at that point, we hung together closely, within 4 or 5 feet, and we kept talking loud like we were 100 yards apart, just to make sure that these critters knew that we were coming through. And some of the hoof prints of the moose were, I take a size 13, and they were just about the size of my foot. That's how big these moose prints were in the mud. And I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of prints on the trail up here. So these animals are in here. If you want to do some nature photography, get your butt up in this area here and set up camp. And you'll get all the photos you want of bear and deer and moose. But I figured out where they hang out because nobody goes in there. We were breaking trail going through here. So anyway, that's it for this map. Let me show you on the other map what we did. All right, here's the other map that they gave me. It's a snowmobile map. I was willing to take anything that they had, just in case we got into trouble. I wanted all the information I could get so that we could get out of there. Evidently, somebody they gave this information to last fall, they never made it. At the end of the day, they finally strolled back into camp because they got lost. Actually, the camp is over here. They got lost, and they had to turn around. And then last year, there was a guy who was out here, and he was lost for 3 days. And he finally strolled into the White Horse Landing Wilderness Camp after 3 days of being out there. I don't know the whole story, but I wanted all the information. I feel comfortable going off trail, so it didn't bother me, but I didn't want to be one of those. And we had 2.5 days of food. We had plenty of water. We had our shelter. I mean, we were prepared for whatever we were going to run into. I didn't have a gun or anything to protect against bears, but I did have I had my small bear spray. But for anything else, we were pretty much prepared. I had my InReach SOS in case, something happened. They would know where we were out there. But anyway, that was a little disheartening hearing those stories. But that's why I wanted to have all the information to help us get through. But so anyway, here's where we left. Now there is a main. They're on a main snowmobile route, because they're open year round, and they cater to the hunters and snowmobiles in the wintertime. So, but during the winter, these snowmobiles come right across the lake. Everything's frozen. So we had to take that into consideration too. So this was the main route for the snowmobilers in the wintertime. And here's A-Ball Bridge and the restaurant and stuff that's up there, and there's parking here for the snowmobilers and everything. But that's where we left our car. So I had this map, but the problem with this map is they showed the trail going over part of this lake, and I didn't want to go through the lake because the lake is not frozen. I needed to get through land. So we had to do a little side trip here. We had to take another trail which brought us over here so that we could cross. There's a river that connects these here lakes. And actually that's Herd Pond. Yeah. So we had to cross here, which we did. We found a trail, but at least I knew I had a map here that we could take this one here. At least we had something to go by. If we had the bushwhack, I know that we could, eventually get to this here trail to get out. So we found a trail that took us through here, and then we were able to work our way around these bodies of water to get somewhat on near this route here, and then we finally worked our way to the dirt road and everything that brought us up. So this was another map that I had, which I liked. Didn't have a lot of detail, but it showed me this is the canoe walking trail for canoers to bring canoes from this lake over to this lake. This was that trail that we found by accident. I didn't know what it was at the time. I finally figured it out once we got out there. So that would have helped. We could have taken this trail over somehow. This looks like it's land here. We could have, no, that's a boundary. Actually, it is. There's land here, so we could have probably crossed here and got onto this here piece of land and worked our way up. But I was comfortable with everything we had, and the other two maps that I had, the GPS and then the Gut Hooks app. It worked out. So, just something to show you. If you're going to do something like this, I should have had a National Geographic's map, but this is something that just popped up at the last minute. And I took all the information that I could have, and with the two GPSs and the paper maps, we were fine. So if you try this, just be prepared. That's all. Be comfortable with being off the beaten path. The forest out there, it was thick. So okay.